listen, if a man asks you what you bring to the table, that man has a low credit score.
What?
He's not even asking you. He's just revealing his hands, his cards. He's doing this. Here's the situation. I got low credit. What do you bring for the table so that I can get a cosigner on that new challenger?
So
Huh?
I need somebody to move into the house and get my rent in half.
This nigga was bored.
He's speaking to somebody.
That's what he's asking,
No,
folks.
he ain't, nigga. That's so.
If he's asking what you bring for the table, bring to the table. He wants to know how much money you make, so that one day you can sign off on that car note.
He's a simp ass bitch, is what he is.
Well, here's the question. Because I am starting to see a lot of women that are basically advocating for other women, black women advocating for other women to date outside their race, but also they are saying that white men are checking for them and they are generous.
Because white women don't like them no more. That's why.
Here's the question.
Like they raggedy ass.
I also see another narrative, and some people are starting to say this and they calling this out, and I don't know how true it is, but in y'all opinion, are white men and do they have similar mindsets to black guys?
Nope.
Or are they pandering to women?
Like,
do you think that these guys? Do you think these guys are genuinely saying what they believe in, what they're saying, and that they are actually like really looking for these women, or do you think that they're pandering?
Men are men. Doesn't matter if they're white, black.
That's not true. That's not true. Because that's why most white women say they prefer black men. They're like they're more forward, they're more aggressive. Like that's why most white people. That's what they say.
I'm here because of a white man.
When a white chick cheats on her white husband, that's what they say. This black nigga came for my soul, and I couldn't say no because he was so aggressive, and I loved it.
I'm a person of color, and I'm from a white man, so.
I didn't. Why do you make everything so personal? I'm not talking about you.
And it's.
I'm not talking about you.
What I'm saying is, a man is a man is a man. Y'all all do the same stuff. All
That's
of y'all.
not true.
We
all do the same stuff. No, we don't.
Yes.
We all don't make. We all don't make $1 million. No, we don't.
Any man can make money. Any man
can. You said we all do, not we all can. There's a difference.
You do and can. Like y'all all can pander. Derek Jackson panders. This white man, he's a nice looking man. He's pandering. Y'all all can do the same thing. It's a man. Just like women. They're no.
I think that white guy might be rich though. I think he's on TikTok or something.
No, his outfit
he's well off.
Money. His outfit is definitely money. I was looking at that suit. However, he's still pandering. He is pandering. But that's how you get money.
I think he was right.
He was 1,000% off. He was lame. That shit was corny.
He was not. Y'all have to like
corny.
Men with certain amounts of money, they literally do not care about that.
It's
like
not
they
about caring. It's about what he's saying.
Care.
It's about what he's saying.
What is he saying that was wrong though? If a man is asking a woman, what is she providing when his job is to provide?
That's not what he said. That's not what he said. That's not what he said, Mom.
What is bringing to the table?
What is she bringing to the table?
What does he bring to the table? So that means, what can you do for me?
Exactly. Why do I, as a woman,
if I'm going to give you a certain lifestyle, what do you provide for me? In a way, we talking about not resources.
Do you have to ask that question though?
Because we need to know what a woman is going to do for you.
I've never heard a man that was well off ever ask any woman.
It's not about being well off. What does a woman bring? What does a woman do for a man? What is this woman?
Not every man asks women that question.
Do you give me peace of mind?
But
like,
peace of mind so you can cheat. Like, what is peace? So why would it matter though? Especially if a lot of men that have resources have options to rotate their women. Why does it matter what I'm bringing to the table? You can always find what you're looking for from somebody else, right? So why would it matter? I've never been asked that question.
That's
never,
a fair point.
Ever.
That what she just said right there, because I understand what Slimmy is saying too. That is a fair point. if you rotating them, you're not necessarily marrying the girl herself, and you don't really care about making or trying to build a long-term relationship, but it may just be a moment or a thing. Do men really care about what women bring to the table in that instance?
Okay, but when y'all say bring, okay, I would like to know this.
Well, hold on, Mika, because I want to get Slimmy's take on it specifically. If a guy is not necessarily trying to have a relationship, because I think that it's a difference between a woman that you build with when a woman says that she want to marry you versus a woman that you're just dealing with. Does it matter in that instance of what she brings to the table?
No. This is only if you're gonna deal with this woman long term. This is only if you're dealing with a woman long term. When you're dealing with somebody just on some run of the mill, fly by night shit, that's irrelevant. We're talking about a situation. We're talking about a situation where a man is providing a certain lifestyle for a woman.
So he doesn't need to know what she's bringing to the table because he's already providing for her. So why would it matter? Why would he need to ask that? I've never heard men talk like this until the internet. Never in my life. The men that I have come into contact with, the men in my personal life, I've never, ever, like, it's just a foreign concept to me. And to hear a man like really get offended by that being an inappropriate question.
Okay, I got two things.
You got offended, Slimmy.
What is that? What do men mean? One, when y'all are asking, what do you bring to the table? What are you actually?
Yeah.
I'm gonna answer it.
I know what women
mean. I'm gonna answer your question, but I'm gonna answer last.
You can't.
Go ahead.
Can't talk over here. That's against the rules.
What? Who gonna answer it? Quentin, come on.
I don't ask that question, so I don't really know. Like, I'm understanding, unlike Molly, of where other people are coming from, but I don't ask that question to women. Like, I see women for what they are, and I can kind of mine out all the other stuff, but I wouldn't ask a woman that question.
Slimmy, what does that mean?
I've never asked it.
All right, but even if you never asked it,
but the point is, men want to know. Like, you got to remember, all these fucking talking points that cater to women, men want to know. It's always like, oh, you got to do this, you got to do that, you got to do this, you got to do that. Okay, so men want to know, like, well, what the fuck do you do?
Right, but men and women are not the same. I say
exactly.
Okay, but you have to be able to do something. What
men and women are not the same.
Separation
from
another woman,
right? If we
what
could
separation
tell
from another woman besides your looks?
Hold on, but listen to what I'm asking. That's not what I'm. Okay, but what I'm saying is, men and women are not the same, right? We tell this to women all the time. So you, by proxy, you cannot judge a woman how she would judge you. So what I'm asking you, or what I'm asking from men, is what do men mean when they're saying, what do you bring to the table? I know what women mean because I'm a woman. I know what they mean when they ask that question. It can't be the same because
I would assume that they're not asking about money.
But that's my point, because that's something you would ask a man.
Exactly.
I think when men ask, they're talking about I think they're talking about intangibles, not tangibles. I would say.
So all I'm asking is a simple question. When men say that, what are they saying?
I just literally said it like 5 times.
He told you. He told you what? Yeah, he told you.
Like, what do you?
All he said is, "Oh, what can you do?" I'm asking you, what can you do?
Can you cook? Can you clean? Can you tell me how you got this ring? You got some good box. You're a nurturer. You sweet. You gonna do my taxes for my business? Like, what you?
Nope. There's none of that.
Because when men in the chat say, "Oh, he answered it," no, he didn't. What he's doing is giving a vague answer. What can you do? Okay, break that down.
I think that the guy in the video,
he gave a vague answering.
I did not give a vague answer.
Not he answered.
I didn't give a vague answer.
It's vague.
But okay.
The guy in the video, I believe that he's. Go ahead, Carrie. What was you about to say?
I was going to say, what will the answer really do, though? I mean, unless she says something that is totally crazy to the point where you like, okay, I don't even want to talk to you anymore.
Well, most women say the
I
table when you ask that question.
But
But I don't
but
matter what they say.
I don't think that the answer is really going to make a difference. So I don't agree with the guy in the video that men are asking it because they want to know if you could pay their bill, or I don't think it's that. In fact, I think I think if men are asking it now, it's probably 9 times out of 10 because they heard it online. They heard. No, I do. I think Tamale's
Nope.
point, I do think that the whole question of what do you bring to the table has become a thing. And then two, I don't think that the answer is really going to change what you were going to do anyway. And then 3, I think that most men, especially if they really, they like this guy has money or whatever, I already know what I want you to do. Like I'm really not looking for you to tell me what you bring to the table. I'm really gonna tell you, if you want to rock with me, this is what I'm expecting from you. So I don't need to ask you what you bring to the table. And I have a lifestyle that I can take care of myself and have a companion in it. So why you got nod your head the whole time I speak?
Okay, so you see how
You're wrong. Listen, Carrie,
How you
this is
gonna tell me
one of
my
the
opinion is
instances-
wrong?
This is one of the
Huh?
few instances where you're 100% wrong.
Okay, go ahead.
Number one, the guy is pandering, all right, all day long.
Mhm.
The only
But I
thing that
didn't say he
agree with-
wasn't pandering. I said I don't
I'm
agree with him.
I'm not disagreeing with that part. I'm talking about all of the context that you're adding as far as how people operate in their daily life. The guy is pandering. We both agree on that. And I hate when guys do that, because basically he was trying to shit on everybody else. And he was trying to appeal to women, which that never bodes well for you in the long term. All right. So that's number one. The one thing that I agree with all of y'all is nobody asks that in real life, but it's not because we don't. It's not an internet talking point. It's something that subjectively is in the back of every man's mind a lot of times, because if they start to take a woman serious, and this is taking a woman serious, this ain't just a moment. If they start to take a woman serious, they have to ask themselves a question, because historically what we know is that a lot of times men are the ones that get hosed in family court. Men are the ones that get taken advantage of a lot of times. And we also know that women look at us as a resource. So if that be the question didn't arise from the fact that men are asking it because, they looking to use your credit score or something like that. The question rose because women often at times had higher standards for the next guy than the guy that just got done fucking her, but now she got some kids. It's like,
I think we froze, Anton.
I froze.
I think it froze for a second. Oh.
No, you didn't freeze.
Women have unrealistic expectations, and they think that they want the same men of yesteryear, and they want to be catered to. And I see all of these videos of women saying that chivalry is dead and all of that stuff. But what they not saying is that these ain't the same type of women that move the same way that they did yesteryear. And there's different types of guys. There are guys that lead with their money, and they don't necessarily marry you. Those are the guys that are wine and dine you or whatever, and they want to, they leading with their money because they can't. Otherwise, they know that the woman would never talk to them. But then there's other type of guys that actually want to find a wife. And when they start to look at it and they start to be realistic, because they can pay attention to what happened in yesteryear, they have to act subjectively in their mind. They have to ask the question. But when we have these conversations, because men and women are now able to clash and have real conversations with each other online, you have to be realistic with a girl and say, well, what is it that you bring to the table since you got all of these high expectations for me? And it ain't that I can't do for you or that I wouldn't provide for you, but why aren't women starting to be realistic about what it is that they expect from a man, yet they expect, or what it is that they can help a man with, but they expect everything from him? Because every guy is not a millionaire. Every guy don't have a whole lot of money, right? So when you start to get with a guy and you're not getting it out of mud with him, and he had to grind and hustle his whole life, and you gave all of your best years to a nigga that didn't give a fuck about you, and then you come into his life and you expect for him to be this great man to you, What is it that I'm like, you know what I'm saying? Why should I do that? And that's where the question really is born out of. It's like, are women today having expectations because they're not the same women as yesteryear?
Right.
They
So
are
what
lower
the
versions of the
expectations
women that
men
we
though?
expected to have, yet they have these higher expectations than the women that came before them.
Right, but what are expectations from the men when they think that? That's what
What
I'm getting
are the
at.
expectations?
I understand all of that, and I agree with it. What I'm saying is when men do that, right? Like when women do that, they're like, okay,
When women do what?
the expectations. So
But well, see, it's
what
different
are the
because we don't
expectations?
really care about what a woman's expectation is because we the ones that control access to marriage.
Right, but I'm saying
And now if you saying what it would take for us to
women
get
mean
survived,
with the women's expectations, but what are the men's expectations when they're saying that?
well, it depends. Well, okay, most men want the same thing, right? However, and I'm not going to say that yet because I think that that's another part of the conversation. I want to let everybody else jump in. Most men are looking for the same thing, whether you have money, whether you don't have money. Most men are looking for the same thing. I'll say that. But in addition to that, I just think that, you know, we know if a woman is valuable when we meet them. We know it already. We know if a
So I
woman is
asked,
valuable.
Wait,
But
I said that
that's my
yesterday.
point.
But for the sake of conversation online, we have to be realistic in helping women to understand that their expectations is out of whack for the value that they add inside of a relationship.
But that's Anton. That's why I'm asking this question. It's not for myself. I'm good.
No,
For
I'm not
everybody
answering
in
your
the
question
chat,
in
I'm
particular.
great. I'm good. My life is wonderful. What I'm saying is, we always have these conversations, and
Right?
so but it's always surface level. So what I'm saying is, when you're saying, well, what do you bring to the table? Most women don't know what you're saying.
Most women know exactly what I'm saying because they
No,
already know that.
I'm telling you,
Let me tell you
they
why.
don't know
Let me
what you're
tell you
saying
why.
because they're
They
not
know
raised.
what we saying. Women are very
And
smart.
then a lot of men aren't raised to be husbands either, because a lot of
that's a
men
Women
fact.
are. This
a lot of men
ain't
they
about
can
the
be.
A lot of
men.
women aren't raised to be wives either.
This
Yeah,
ain't,
yes, I agree.
this
I
ain't about
agree.
the men. This ain't
I
about the
agree.
men on this one. This is about why that
You're not
question.
ever gonna get me to not say what I feel about women or men. Yeah, I agree. A lot of women
Women know
are.
exactly who they are. Let me tell you something. When you look
Yeah,
online,
they are. I was
you
saying,
look
what's
at
your
some of these women,
expectation?
when you look online and you look at some of these women and you look at their Instagram, you look at their profiles, you look at who the fuck they are. You can look at that woman that looked like a piece of shit, that don't take care of herself, that's tired as hell, and that got 10 kids. She got the same, she's saying the same shit as the woman that is 22, sexy, don't have no kids, got her life together, and is in a position to be able to add value into a man's life. They all saying, oh, may this type of love find me.
Because somebody will
Guy,
sleep
right?
with them.
But they also know that they are not, and I say this all the time, guys know what they qualify for. For some reason, all women, when we reviewed that Pop the Balloon show, and this proves it, all of those women that was pre-popping because the guy was too good for them, but they didn't want to admit it, they just wanted to find something. Oh, I don't like your shoes is too short or whatever. They knew that they didn't qualify for that guy, and they knew that that guy possibly wouldn't pick them, and so they pre-popped to save themselves the embarrassment because they knew that they wasn't good enough to be with him. But instead of us, we never ask women, are you good enough to be with the guy that you want, that you all fucking is in the comments acting like you want? Because listen, as much as we say that Derek Jackson pandered to women, most of these women don't qualify to be with a Derek Jackson.
But we know this.
At the end of the day, as much as Derek Jackson pandered, and guys know that he pandered, why the fuck would Derek Jackson be faithful to 98% of the women that's in his comments, knowing that they don't qualify to be with this nigga?